AITA for embarrassing my brother-in-law by reprimanding my son for pissing all over the toilet? My family is over at my house for a get-together since we all went out separate ways for Thanksgiving. My sister's husband is a pig. He is overweight and perhaps cannot see his equipment and the toilet, so when he stands to urinate, it goes everywhere. Not great, but it would be better if he at least cleaned up after himself. Instead he leaves urine all over the seat, tank, and floor. At his house my sister probably cleans up after him. I don't know and I don't want to know. I was having a similar problem with my son until I had his father teach him how to stand to pee and to clean up afterwards. My son still sits most of the time though, and if he does sprinkle a little he cleans up. I went to use the washroom after my brother-in-law came out and it was disgusting. I've talked to him and my sister about it before and nothing has changed. Fine. New plan. I marched out of the bathroom and I told my son in a loud voice that he had to go clean his pee up, since he sprayed everywhere and we have guests over. Exactly like I expected, my son spoke up and said he hadn't used the bathroom and that it was his uncle who just came out. Everyone went quiet. My brother-in-law went red, and my sister went into the bathroom to clean. I apologized to my son for the mistake. Afterwards my sister said I was an asshole to embarrass her husband like that. I said that if an adult cannot piss properly or clean up after themselves, perhaps they should be embarrassed. Now we are fighting and she says I owe them an apology. 2 questions. Do I owe them an apology and am I the asshole? NTA. You tried the private route. They ignored it. He's a grown-ass man who is peeing everywhere and not cleaning up after himself. Toddlers have better self-control and responsibility. Disgusting. He didn't even clean up after himself after you called him out. His wife went in to do it. He deserves to feel ashamed. NTA. Though you owe your son a Sunday. You've spoken to Man Bear Pig before about his projectile inaccuracy. And if he can't take a second to remember the old adage, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat, among other things, then he deserves the bell. Shame. Shame. NTA. Really? I'd stop inviting them. Several of my son's friends during middle school became not welcome at my house because they apparently had no idea how to use the toilet or clean up after themselves. NTA. A grown adult who doesn't clean his mess in the bathroom deserves to be publicly humiliated. And notice how Bill didn't go to clean after himself. Your sister did. If an adult cannot piss properly or clean up after themselves, perhaps they should be embarrassed. 100% true. NTA. Info. Why even have them over? Anyone who pisses all over the toilet and doesn't clean it up wouldn't be welcome at my house. My sister's husband is a pig. Also true. And probably an understatement. NTA. Humiliate him until he can act like an adult. Never say sorry to a person that literally pissed all over your home. NTA. I don't want to clean up someone else's bodily fluids. He should not be embarrassed. Nobody should have found out. He should have looked at the toilet and said to himself, nobody has pissed on the seat or the floor. After he made a mess, he should have cleaned it. He is an asshole. Since you've talked about it before to them in private, and nothing changed, I'd say NTA. That's disgusting. And your bill needed a reality check one way or another. The one thing I have an issue with is involving your son in the situation without any warning. NTA. No apology required. This is a family dinner. Everyone in this family has been cleaning up after him for years. Gross. Next time he comes over, leave a spray bottle of cleaner and a cloth on the cistern ready for him to do it himself. No, an NTA. I agree with others that have said they just wouldn't invite him anymore. It's basic hygiene. And to behave like that in someone else's house is truly disgusting. If you wanted to apologize, you could tell them you're sorry for embarrassing him. But since you know it will happen again, and you will say something, embarrassing him again, it's easier to just not invite them anymore. NTA. You've already tried speaking to them in private. They gave no indication that your Bill has any sort of disability that prevents him from cleaning up after himself. Sounds to me like your Bill owed you an apology for subjecting you to such a nauseating mess. Maybe put a stack of paper towels and a waste can in the bathroom if they visit again, along with a sign that says, "If you sprinkle when you tinkle, please be neat and wipe the seat." If you've already talked with them privately about the issue and it's still going on, definitely NTA. It's basic hygiene and human decency to not leave your own piss all over someone else's toilet. You may go ahead and apologize anyways, because this incident may have impacted the Bill and he might clean things up in the future. NTA. And ask your sister, what are you supposed to do going forward? Ban him from your house. Summon her every time he pees, as you've tried to ask him politely and privately. So at this point, he should be embarrassed heartily. Because he's a pig who doesn't care, as she'll just clean up after him, and she should be embarrassed to bring him places when he does it to her family's homes. NTA. Your sister went to clean up his piss? Question mark. Wow. NTA. And you were much nicer than I was. Dead husband. DH. Had a friend come over and pissed all over the toilet and the rug. I stepped in piss barefoot. I went outside to where they were sitting and told DH it was time for his friend to go home and that he wasn't allowed back over until he was housebroken. NTA. And I love this. You knew how your son would respond. You know your kid and know if this would embarrass him or not. It didn't, but did rightfully embarrass the proper party. As you've tried to deal with the situation privately in the past with no result, I think you handled this wonderfully. NTA. But your Bill is disgusting and disrespectful. And your sister is a disgusting enabler. Face vomiting, nauseated face. I would never clean up piss after my man. I don't even do it for my 6-year-old nephew, as I just remind him to clean up after his mishaps. NTA. And you're right. Your brother-in-law is a complete pig. If you know, and how can he not know, that you wanker isn't capable of a clean stream, then sit the hell down and piss. And if you make a mess, clean it up. What kind of animal does that to someone else's house, let alone their own? If someone did this at my place, male or female, they'd be banned from using the bathroom. Take it outside, you sloppy pisser. NTA. Well done. No apology necessary. To your Bill. You talked to them about it before. That was embarrassing for your son. That is a horrible way to treat your son.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.